Hey y'all, let's get right into the video. This is a nail inspo that I saw on Instagram that I want to try to recreate for you guys. I went in with this random nude that I found at like the bottom of my gel polish bin, and it ended up being perfect. I wish it was maybe like not as peachy, but I airbrushed over top of it, so you really can't tell anyway. But yeah, that's why it looks like really old. All of my polishes look really old, but that's because they last a really long time, so I just keep them forever. I don't really throw them out, especially if they still look good. But yeah, I went in with this color. I'm pretty sure you can find this on Amazon. I think that's where I got it from like 3 years ago. It's called Fairy Dream, if I can see. Yeah, I think it's called Fairy Dream, and it's very pigmented. I did 2 coats, but I really probably could have just did 1, but I'm like a low-key perfectionist, so I felt like 2 would just be better. But there's the 2 coats if you guys can see it. And then to do airbrush, I don't have an airbrush tutorial, so this will be the first time me explaining this to you guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. Also, make sure you're not dripping it everywhere like me. But yeah, put a few drops of whatever color you want to use into the little bottle, and then you're going to do a few drops of acetone, also without spilling it. I just was being very messy this day, but you add the acetone based on how pigmented you want the color to be. So if you want something that's super pigmented, then only add a few drops. If you want it to kind of be a little bit more sheer, then add more acetone. And then once you do that, also a really quick tip, I had to learn this the hard way: make sure that your airbrush is charged every time you use it. Don't use it on a low battery because it will spray out kind of wet, like a watery. It won't look more airbrush, it'll kind of look like wet, like droplets. That kind of annoyed me. So yeah, make sure it's fully charged so like you can get like the full strength of it. I also saw this little hack on Instagram: place a paper towel like underneath of the nail so that you don't get the white or the paint all over your hand, because I had to clean up my whole entire hand in colors. I went ahead and did 2 coats of this. You're just lightly spraying it in the middle of the nail. To be honest, I used a little bit more white than I wanted to. I kind of wanted to show more nude, but I ended up still liking the end result. So yeah, maybe I would do 1 coat instead of maybe like 1.5 of this or paintbrush, whatever it's called. What is it called? Airbrush. And then a little hack: do not put your hand in right away, because you're going to have like the paint all over your skin and it will dry that way. So just try to remove as much as you can. I'm just dipping that Q-tip in a little bit of acetone to remove that color. They do have like little protectors and guards that you can put over your fingers so that that doesn't happen. I was just being lazy here and I did not do that, but I do have them and I don't use them all the time. But yeah, also make sure you're drying this before you put your top coat on. That's what you guys just saw me do. I messed up and completely forgot to dry the paint. So always cure after you do your airbrush before you go in with your top coat, because it's still wet basically. But yeah, it's not a big deal. I just wiped off the clear that I applied and then just dried it and then reapplied my clear top coat. And that is the end for this look. It's really simple. Airbrush is less complicated than it really needs to be. I also see people do like airbrushing techniques with like makeup brushes or eyeshadow brushes. I've seen that on TikTok as well. But yeah, I really love airbrushing. I really love this like new nail trends that's really going on. So of course I had to try it, and yeah, I can't wait to like do something else. I really wanted to do something super colorful with my nails, but I was really pressed for time. I had like no time to do this, so I'm like rushing really bad. But yeah, stay tuned for my next video. Maybe maybe the next one I can do something way more colorful. Make sure you're adding a cuticle oil, because with that acetone around your cuticles and that spray paint, it's just gonna look, a little bit dry, but nothing a little bit of cuticle oil cannot fix. But that is pretty much it, you guys. Thank you for watching this whole tutorial, and like always, stay tuned for my next videos. Also, really quick, I recently hit 8,000 subscribers. So if you are a subscriber and you're watching my videos, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that.